从今天起，我们和2位来到中午的德国乐迷一起看《乐队的夏天》第3集。
让我们大声喊出他们的名字：西方现代音乐活字典冷峻哲人于里安，身长2米，最爱重型音乐巨人鼓手麦克斯。从2020到2023，经过德夏、德媒、德罪和我们俩的全面洗脑，他们已经从没听过中国乐队的德国人，会变成全世界最懂中国乐队的德国人。所以我们会更加超主观，
有偏见。
So what？ 难道要憋死我们吗？像3年前一样，我们会让他们猜测乐队的排名，猜对个数多的那位获得我们的惊喜大奖。我们这次不但有单期惊喜大奖，还有整季惊喜大奖。整季猜排名冠军将获得皮肤光泽闪耀、馋死德国乐迷的 B&O Bio Sound 2音箱。整季猜排名亚军将获得美如手提野餐篮，在家在外都好看的行走 BGM Bio Sound A5 便携音箱。我们也将全程使用 B&O 音箱，沉浸式观看乐队们的表演。大奖究竟花落谁家
？What did I even... What does that mean? What?
嗨，大家好，我是思雨。
Hello， 大家好，我是汤汤。
Hi, I'm Julian.
Hello, my name is Maximilian.
So yesterday we just came back from the original show, 乐队的夏天。
I mean, actually, we came back today.
Today,
It was so late.
Okay, so today's episode is a little bit different because we've already watched the original show.
Yes.
So it's not a reaction video anymore.
To me, it was a little bit like seeing how the sausage is made. I never thought of how much goes into it and how long it takes to shoot these episodes, how many people are involved. It was a really unique experience. I've never been involved into anything like that. I loved getting my makeup done. This was really nice.
Yes.
Sitting there and having like some nice person touch my face. That was great.
Another question I want to ask you is between the live show and when you watch the show on our couch, there's some difference?
I mean, definitely. The difference is
striking.
So, of course, you only showed us the part that you know is interesting to us. You only showed us the concert parts, the performances. I mean, you teased us, you know, before it. You said there is this reality TV part, and we were like,
you don't
okay,
care.
no problem. But then you have to calculate, right?
Yes.
It's like 6 hours, 8 bands, playing 5 minutes each, so it's like 40 minutes of music. So it's like good 5.5 hours of straight up Chinese talking about things. But it was a lot of fun. Sometimes it was a little bit hard to stay concentrated. Let's put it
I
like
know,
this.
I understand. Yeah, okay, I have another question.
Yes.
Another question. Do you think the sound there is different?
Good question.
Okay.
Generally? Yeah.
I don't actually know what the problem was because to me it seemed like it depended on the day. So I think they did something to fix it during the second day of shooting because during the first day a lot of the bands had trouble staying in tune. I don't think it was the band's fault because it was through all of the bands, and the same bands had like a really good performance on the second day.
Right.
That's true.
So I think it was maybe some technical difficulties or something.
You have to differentiate between the monitoring and PA.
That's true.
PA is like what we listen to, and the monitoring is what the musicians on the stage listen to. So maybe there's a problem with the monitoring.
Yes.
But then also the PA kind of like some of the songs were like so loud, and then some of the songs were just better mixed, I feel like.
Yeah, but I would say generally the good part was, of course, to be there, to be in the room, to actually feel it, to feel the sound waves, to be like washed over with the sound. Of course, a very different experience.
Feel the heat from the flames.
Oh yeah, the flames.
Yes.
I mean, not to be too specific, but sometimes there were flames and it was pretty hot. Even for us, like literally 50 meters away from the flames. I mean, the audience, it must be really hot, or the musicians even.
Yes.
I think that also influenced parts of at least my process of liking or disliking stuff.
How do you like the stage design, the lighting of this whole?
Absolutely incredible. Most of them, absolutely amazing.
Okay.
All right.
So let's move into our revival round. The first band we saw is 九连真人。
炫耀喪望我來介意，炫耀喪望
I definitely remember the trumpet and liking the trumpet really a lot. Later in the song there's a breakdown that I really liked.
It's the centerpiece of my note. The trumpet breakdown.
You can talk about it too.
I don't know more than that it happened.
And I remember this is also the first song that we saw, and it was already the first song that we saw the staying in tune problem.
I even wrote down the song. The singing was not so good. And also the overall stage mix, it was the very first show. The mix was not so good. I remember being blown away by how loud it was.
That's true, that's true.
Also, we had like tiny tiny monitors in our rows, and everyone was turning the monitors down, like physically putting them down. And of course, cool parts, the trumpet breakdown. There was this pistol part where there was a break, and then people were like, and then there was this loud pistol. So, we didn't vote because it didn't sound so great. It was probably not their fault, but
Yeah, I forgot to tell everyone our voting principle.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because 4 of us have only 1 vote. We
One
go
vote
there as a
for
team.
All of this, yeah.
But actually, me and Tongtong were out of this. We just let those guys decide it.
Most of the time we were just on the same page.
I mean, basically, we voted when at least one wanted to vote.
Yeah.
So we would not override by not voting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, let's move to the next band.
Yes.
Next band is 布衣.
布衣.
Remember?
Yi band.
Of course I remember.
Yeah, I also remember.
已经不在意回忆的时候，就让我陪着你走着。
Maybe I begin on a different point. So the song had a lot of, I want to call it special elements, not normal rock music elements, more diverse instrumentations. I wrote down the instrument with the thin sticks, the ding,
Dulcimer?
yes, and also a flute
Yes.
and a trumpet part. All of those special parts, or all of those kind of different parts, were really nice, and the performances were really great, and how it was implemented was really great. But the rest of the song, the normal song, all of the normal is not the right word, but all of the rock song structure was quite boring. I didn't really got into it, and also our favorite part of the band, Funky the drummer, couldn't really shine. There was no real drumming part, and so we were all a little bit sad about that because we wanted to see him freak the fuck out, but we would get the chance later. In the end, we didn't vote because I think in the end the song didn't really catch us.
Yeah. You told me during the talking part that the topic of the song is kind of sad. It's about like a dead friend. I can see that. It kind of fits the tone of the song. It's like a rock ballad or something. For us not understanding the lyrics, and obviously we already voted when we talked about the content of the lyrics. So to us it was just too cheesy, too repetitive. Not our style of music.
We didn't take this to the live
that's
show.
true. That would have
such a
been fun.
pity. Yeah.
Could you imagine they play live and we take it out? I mean, it would be funny, but it would also be so disrespectful.
Yeah, basically the highlight of the song was the talking part afterwards. Also, I noticed during the song that like the mix was kinda...
That's true. I remember also, like when the guitar player started his solo. It was super loud.
mushy, yeah.
Super loud.
I remember I was like, shocked when the solo start. Okay, let's talk about the next band.
Yeah.
Next band is the new school punk band.
New school punk band. At this point, this was like the 3 out of 3 ballads. And I was getting a little bit impatient.
But the first one was not a ballad.
2 out of 3 ballads, at least.
Okay.
就别为我哭了，一起唱完这个，只愿你一生都记得曾遇见过我。
It was also like the singer had a lot of trouble staying in tune. I actually wrote down, is he drunk? ?
Which, as it turns out in the end, is not an unreasonable question.
Not that unlikely, yes.
In the whole scheme of Chinese rock.
And then I thought the song kind of sounded a little bit like if you take a soccer chant and put strings under it. The one positive note I have is that all the string instruments were very professional and played really well. We didn't vote. I also wrote that down.
I wrote it down voted, hell no. What do you get if you take a soccer chant and put string music under it?
That's pretty accurate, actually.
Pretty obviously a Christmas song.
Yes.
Which is what that reminded me of first and foremost. But I also wrote down the singer is hot.
Okay.
Singer hot though.
Wow. But you actually have a chance to meet him, to tell him like face to face. Why didn't you tell him though?
Maybe I just remembered the Christmas vibe.
Christmas song, but not sexy.
Okay. What, is there some sexy Christmas song?
Yeah, Last Christmas, hello.
Oh,
That's
True.
okay.
I think also whistle part. Like where they whistle the melody at the end.
Oh yes, I actually remember the whistling. The whistling had better intonation than the singing. This
But
is
it
what
was
I remember.
also not quite in tune.
It was also out of
I also
tune.
remember that.
And was he rushing or dragging?
Rushing or dragging?
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rushing or dragging?
Rushing.
So you do know the difference.
Now let's talk about the next band.
I think I'm rushing generally. I tend to rush.
To the toilet.
Also, we were not allowed to go to the toilet in the speaking part because the camera was in our direction.
Yes.
So we had to go in the performances, unfortunately. And so I missed a lot of Young Dance performance. But from what I wrote down and what I think you wrote down, we can agree that it wasn't horribly good.
我想开着我的蓝摩托去转一转，可是我把车卖了，我的心啊，我的喜悦，整个出走。
We 100% did not vote. It was pretty out of tune. It was really, really loud. It was so loud. Really bordering on hurting my ears. This one I remember I was like shocked by the difference between my impression and the audience score. Because they got the highest from the bands we saw so far. And I thought it was just unbelievable because it was another ballad, it was so out of tune and it was so loud. So I guess this is just stuff that I can't understand, but yeah.
Maybe every time you see a performer being out of control, it's a plus point for the audience.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah.
Because the audience are really close to them and we are pretty far away from them. It's not so clear to us, the emotion expression. And also, I think they explained the auto-tune thing a little bit because the monitor really have some problem.
True, they talked about this in the talking part, yes.
Yeah, I mean the voting was before that, so.
Yeah, that was shockingly like out of tune at the beginning because it was a cappella, the beginning part, the intro part. I couldn't even tell in which key they were.
But if it's a monitor problem, that I can understand because we also sometimes in the festival we have similar problems and it's really, really hard to keep in tune.
I know.
This is also a bold choice to do this a cappella at the beginning.
You need an instrument to give you the key of the song.
Yes.
If there's no instrument, how do you know which key it is?
I think it's in the monitor, but the monitor has the problem, so that's why they can't sing in tune. Okay, let's move to the next band. It's Constant and Change.
Yeah.
麻痹的人生习惯我讨厌的生活，麻痹的人生习惯你自己很烂嘛，麻痹的人生习惯痛苦的关系，但是你要习惯和那个人在一起。
Yeah, this is the first song that we were really vibing to from the beginning. It was really clear that we were going to vote for it. This was one of the songs that we could have voted for after like 5 seconds, but we chose to listen to it first. It had really nice drumming. I remember you being really happy about the circle pit.
Oh yeah, there was a circle pit.
There was a little
circle pit.
Little tiny circle pit.
It's not circle pit in China.
It's like, what is it?
It's like a train.
Okay, sure. Yeah. It's not really a circle pit, but they were moving in the circle. I know what you. Yeah.
It was also not like a real European circle pit.
I wrote down that I liked the shouting, I liked the double bass drum, and I also enjoyed the visuals the most.
Yeah, I mean the stage visuals. I think in the revival round, of course, it's never so big. It's always like a little bit toned down, not so bombastic. Bombastic. Oh, I remember the first thing the Berlin Psychonosis singer, when I met him in the floor where I didn't recognize him, he was like, "Hey, bombastic." Yeah, but I mean, you basically said everything. The song was great. I wrote on super rockig. Very rock action.
That's true.
Nice rock song. The drumming alone, great. But then the drummer started to sing while playing drums. It was next level. It was really next level. So much like music we like, but also music we used to listen to. I mean, I felt nostalgic listening to it, even though I've never heard it before. It's this kind of emo core vibes.
Yeah, I like the shouting so much. I also told the bass player that I really like his shouting.
Oh yes,
You told him
yes.
very tasteful shouting.
Yeah, tasteful shouting.
And he said he used to play in a metal band, right?
Yeah. And shouting reminds me really a lot of Billy Talent, a band which I used to really like, but you don't really like them, no?
I like them, but it was not like one of my core bands. Not something that I listened to a lot.
To me, Billy Talent, first album, second album, masterpieces. I really love Constant Change.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the last band in the revival round. It's 80 Mortal Restaurant.
Yes. So 80 Mortals Restaurant together with Constant Change was probably like I had high hopes for those two. Constant Change totally delivered. And 80 Mortals Restaurant, to me, didn't really deliver that much. I have to admit, what I wrote down is mostly expected more. And when I say mostly, I mean that's all I wrote down. So I guess I expected more. I wasn't really liking the performance so much, and I remember that this time I didn't want to vote, but you wanted to vote, so we voted in the end. Yeah. But you will probably have more information about that.
I thought it was kind of groovy. Like I like the bass line.
Oh, sorry. But you have probably more information, but Julian has only like 2 more words on his.
Yeah, but the thing is, Julian tends to have more in his head.
So positive was that it was groovy. I like the bass line. And then I really liked the lyrics. I thought it was a really funny choice as the last band during the revival round, when everyone has been sitting for a while, to have lyrics containing a leaky bladder.
Yes. The lyrics were pretty good.
Oh yeah, the point. I mean, I just went to the toilet like 2 performances before, Young Dad. But I think you both were kind of on the edge.
Yeah, me and Tong Tong were really pushing for a toilet break.
Yes.
Yeah, comfort your mom and your leaky bladder. As always, I like their lyrics, and
that's true.
I also didn't think it was their best performance, and I still voted for them because compared to all the other rounds, except for Constant Change, obviously, I really thought they deserved a chance.
We can say that we didn't vote for a majority of the bands. We didn't like most of the performances of the revival round. Later will change. It was a little bit.
Yeah, some of the bands also talked about that they were really not expecting to be revived, and they maybe didn't prepare
really
as well, didn't try as much. Yeah.
Yes, this is our revival round.
This is our revival round.
And the result is Young Dan is the one who's winning this.
So shocking.
I mean, at least Constant Change was second place. So it was not like Consonant Change was last place and we were like, wow!
Let's say goodbye to our audience and
Alright.
see you next time.
See you next episode.
Semi-final.
Semi-final time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. 再见. Bye bye.